Hello people, it's been a while since I last recorded a video, I know, I'm sorry, I am struggling to be consistent at the YouTube game. A lot has changed since my last video. First, the hangar I used to use for my YouTube videos is now taken by maintenance, which is a more important thing than my videos, so I'm not really mad about it. But I can't really use the other hangars for the videos because a lot of students are coming in and out all the time. And believe it or not, I'm a little bit camera shy when it comes to other people watching me record a video because it is very weird to talk to a camera on a tripod in the middle of the airport. And second biggest change, I am now a flight instructor here at Canadian Aviation College, the college I did my entire flight training with. Now I have the pleasure to work with them. If you are the owner of this beautiful plane, I am sorry I'm using it as my background without your knowledge or consent, but it is just parked outside, so I think it's okay. The mission of today's video is to share with you guys a little bit about how the life as a flight instructor has been, what you can expect from the routine of a flight instructor, the fun parts of it, the hard parts of it, a little bit of everything. Damn. 9 cylinders. So expect some airplane noises in the background because I am right next to runway 26 right, where Echo Mike India is now taking off. Okay. Back to flight instructing. So I did my entire training here in Pitt Meadows, next to Vancouver, with Canadian Aviation College. I got my PPL and then I got my multi-engine rating, my CPL, and then my instructor rating. I didn't get my IFR yet because, I wasn't gonna apply for any IFR jobs right now, and I didn't think it would be worth it to keep my IFR current if I wasn't really gonna work with it for now. Anyway, so I finished my instructor rating a month ago. It was really hard to book the flight test. The guy that conducts the flight test, he's extremely busy. And the weather wasn't really helping in January and February, so I just got my flight test done a month ago. And the days after that, I already started working as a flight instructor here. What to expect from your first job as a flight instructor? Thing number one you can expect. Besides teaching flight exercises, you should also be prepared to teach ground school. Especially if you're just starting, they are probably gonna ask you to teach ground school for PPL and maybe CPL. So you need to be comfortable teaching for a group of, 5, 10, 15 students. It depends. Not everybody likes being in the classroom, but I don't mind it. It's really nice, to get to know the students and to help them in what they need. Thing number 2 you can expect as a flight instructor is a very busy and tight schedule. So yeah, my schedule right now is extremely busy. I have 4 bookings per day. 8, 10, 12, and 2 p.m. So I have 2 hours with each student for them to do the walk around, prepare the plane, we do a ground briefing, we do the flight, and we debrief. As soon as I land and I'm debriefing the students, the next students are already here, already doing the walk around, and ready to go. So there's not a lot of time in between. So don't expect having lunch in between your students. Maximum you can do is have an orange. If you don't have time to eat, of course, you're not gonna have time to record a YouTube video. So then, how am I doing this? Well, lucky me, and maybe you if you enjoy watching these videos, my 10 a.m. student canceled. So now I have 2 hours of just chilling around the airport. That brings me to thing number 3 you can expect as a flight instructor, and that is cancellations. Many cancellations. Weather-related cancellations is a big one. Student cancellation. Maybe the student's feeling bad. Maybe the student has a headache. Maybe the student drank last night. If the student runs the I'm safe check and one of them doesn't check out, you shouldn't be flying and you're gonna have a cancellation. Another reason for cancellation might be maintenance. Your airplane has to go to the 50, 100, or maybe 200 hour maintenance checks. Maybe the night before the school will tell you, hey, Foxtrot in the uniform has to go to maintenance, so you can't really fly that plane tomorrow. Right, let's find the next angle of the beaver. Another thing you have to be prepared for is dealing with a very different range of personalities. Everybody has a different personality, everybody has a different strength, everybody has a different weakness. And as a flight instructor, you have to learn how to deal with all of them. And of course, maybe you're not going to be compatible with everybody that you fly with. I've been very, very lucky with my students. Believe it or not, 7 of my 10 students are subscribers from this channel. So they kind of joined the school after watching these videos. Very nice and very fulfilling to be able to teach them how to fly after I helped them choosing the flight school, applying for the visa, all of that stuff. Thing number 5 you should be prepared for is your expectations of the job and how many hours you're gonna be able to fly. If you tell yourself, well, I have 4 students per day, 2 hours each, that's 8 hours per day. Great. However, you're not gonna work 8 hours per day, right? When your student's doing the walk around or you're refilling the plane, you're not really working, right? You're only working when you're flying or doing ground briefings with your students. You can realistically expect to work around 4 hours maybe, sometimes 5 if you have some long cross-country flights to do with your students or long briefings or ground classes. But yeah, I would say 3.5 to 4.5 hours is a more realistic expectation to have. So don't expect to fly 8 hours per day as a flight instructor unless you're working from sunrise to sunset non-stop, which is very crazy. Again, you don't have a lot of free time to eat and do other stuff, so you're gonna go a little crazy if you're flying non-stop from sunrise to sunset. This plane looks so cool in camera. Hey, vancdcplanes.com. Hit me up, I'll do a free video for you guys. What else? Okay, now we need number 6. I'll change the background. Thing number 6, expect to be very tired. It is very strange how sitting on an airplane can be that tiring. It takes a little while to get used to the routine of being a flight instructor. I remember in the first few days, I was so tired. I was trying to go to bed at 10 p.m. every day and waking up at 6:30 feeling like I could use some more sleep. But yeah, it is a thing to consider. So I guess those are the things you can expect as a flight instructor. Now, how is the routine, right? I mentioned that I have 4 bookings, but how would they go? Every school is a little different, I guess, but the basics are the basics. You get here, student will do the walk around. If they didn't learn yet how to do a proper walk around, you have to teach them or you have to monitor them until you know they're very good at it, because you know you're also flying and it is your life in the airplane as well. So gotta be sure you're safe. After walk around's complete, you gotta do the weight and balance, open the school system. Some are just paper, some are online. You get the plane, you go on a flight. You write down the hubs time, on time, takeoff time, landing time, engine off time, hubs off. Get all that info, you check your flight time, air time, debrief about whatever you're doing that day. Next student comes in, repeat. So you do that 4 times a day and you go home. Before you fly the next day, you already have to text your CFI what you're up to the next morning, because if you're a class 4 or a class 3 instructor, you have to teach under direct supervision from your class 1 or class 2. So it means that everything you're doing, you gotta let them know that you're doing. You can't just take your student on a flight and let's go. You say, hey, tomorrow with that student, I'm doing stalls. And he'll say, thumbs up. So yeah, again, every student's different. Every student is at a different stage of their flight training. As I mentioned before, I am a class 4 instructor, and to upgrade to class 3 instructor, I need to send 3 students solo and 3 students for flight tests. They have to pass, of course. So now it's 11:15 a.m. and my next student is at 12 and we're doing circuits. If the circuit pattern is not full, there's a heli doing some low work there. It's really cool to shoot helicopter in slow motion. I love this little camera that does 4K 120 frames per second. So I'm gonna try more and more to bring it every day to the airport and shoot cool stuff around here so I can, implement in these talking videos so they're not just boring Pedro talking in front of a stationary yet very beautiful beaver. My first flight today was a flight test prep. My second flight was a cancellation. Third flight, it is gonna be circuits. I'm gonna put a little time lapse here. My last flight of the day is gonna be stalls. So yeah, let's see how that goes. More videos coming soon about pilot training, flight school, what to expect, pilot jobs and all that stuff. If you have suggestions for future videos you wanna see in this channel, please leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to shoot and edit them whenever I have a cancellation like right now. So I have 40 minutes until my next student's here, so I'll try my best to edit this video and finish another video I was editing before. So hopefully you guys have some more content to watch, alright? Don't give up on this channel just yet. Good things will come, I hope. If you have a cool airplane and you live in the lower mainland, let me know. I would love to shoot a video about your airplane. Just like I shot a video about my friend's RV10, and I also recently flew with a Cirrus that I still didn't have enough time to edit the video, but I want to shoot more airplane reviews. One thing I forgot to mention, thank you Red Canoe for sending me this bag. This is not sponsored, but they did send me like a really cool Cessna bag. I'll link them below. Nice gift, thanks. It's now my camera bag. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.